Hi guys, Sam from MXconnect, based in Northwich Cheshire. Today we're going to do a walk around video on the Stomp AC DC. It's an 800 watt motor, 36 volt. We get a lot of questions about safety, speed settings, height, age range that it's suitable for. So to cover all those, I thought I'd literally just get the bike out and go around it with you so you can see all those and answer any questions that I've had in the past. But yeah, give me a second and we'll go outside.
So here we go guys, I am from home today, but got the AC/DC 800 watt quad in neon yellow. We've got little 6-inch wheels with the off-road tyres, independent disc brakes, obviously front and rear. You can adjust them as well, so obviously if you've got a little boy or a little girl that can't quite reach the handles, so you can see how far that comes in quite far. I've set this up for my little lad, so obviously when he's using that brake he's going to pull it. One great thing about these as well is the brakes, because once they let off there isn't actually that much go in them, because of the way the electric motor works. There is quite a bit of engine braking from them, so it's really easy for them to come to a stop quite quickly. But there are some safety features obviously for parents as well, that I'll go through in a moment with you. But just down here, look, obviously we've got the battery, a little bit dirty. This is my little lad's, but charging port just there. Obviously when the quads are purchased they come with 30-day parts warranty, and then a charger and a few little tools as well to go with them, but that's where you charge it.
Sorry guys, just wanted to quickly cut in there. Battery charge takes 4 to 6 hours from completely empty. Obviously the emptier it is, the longer it's going to take, but yeah, just a quick one there.
From there we've got key operation, so obviously I'll just turn this on. You know it's on. You get the 4 bars up here. Really simple. Then you've got in the centre, you've got forward, off and reverse. Now obviously if I just put it in forward, turn the throttle, nothing will happen. This little button here,
again, just cutting in again. If you're going to move the bike around, just put it into off rather than leaving it in reverse and pushing it forward, or putting it in, having it in forward, going in off. Either way, just make sure you just put it into off. It's going to be the easiest way to move it and keep the motor, the gearbox, longer life, easier way.
That little button, there we go, and now it will start to move. Just turn that back off again, and the key there as well. So the key, there's 2 keys. Now on these they come with, as you'll see in the specs, you've got 3 speed settings, so you can't quite see that there, and maybe you can. So you've got 1, 0 and 2. 2 being the slowest setting, so 5 mile an hour, and then 1 being 10 and 0 being no restriction whatsoever, so that'll do the full 16 mile per hour. On the 16 mile per hour they'll run for about 35 minutes of flat out use on top speed. On 10 mile an hour they'll run for about 45 to an hour, depending on the terrain and the length of the grass, or things like that you're on. And then obviously 5 mile an hour they'll pretty much go forever. I use this mainly for the 5 mile an hour. When Max was getting used to it, he's obviously only just turned 3 years old, so obviously I wanted to make sure he was safe and he understood the throttle. He understood where the brakes were, and just let him get comfortable with his own limits really, and knowing what he can and cannot do on the bike. But they're really light. There is an option to have a little light you can purchase from us, the little light for it. It comes with a switch as well that would go on the dash. Again, independent suspension. There's a little horn here. I've disconnected this one, and Max seems to love it a little bit too much. But just on this side here, again, if it'll zoom in, 1 second. Let's just get it on the horn. There we go. So there is a little horn there as well. Obviously the ignition is turned off in this one at the moment. But again, it's really well made. They come in neon yellow or neon green. And then safety features. This is my favourite one because it works really, really well. So when Max was first on it, he was obviously running along or riding along, and for me to control it, or for me to, you know, at first they're concentrating so much on going along and the throttle that obviously they can quite easily forget. So obviously keeping it on that 5 mile an hour until they're comfortable is the best thing to do. But what happens is, so it's going to be a little bit hard for me to demonstrate this, but with obviously holding the camera, but once they're riding along, let's say they're obviously not concentrating, or they're going into the wrong direction or anything like that, they're going to have this throttle fully turned or quarter turned or whichever. But what you can do as a parent in control of the bike is, if you pull this brake lever, it actually cuts off the throttle, so they can obviously still keep this throttle full open. You pull that rear brake, it'll cut the throttle off and obviously stop the bike pretty quickly. Obviously not quick enough to scare them or anything like that, but you know, it just controls them from crashing or going off somewhere where they shouldn't be. But yeah, hope that's okay, guys. Oh yeah, one more thing, just wanted to say about the seat height. Seat height is 48 centimeters. Max weight these will take is 60k. You know, so I wouldn't advise sitting on there with your child. Probably not going to last very long. Obviously we've got a chain in the rear. Parts are really, really easy to get hold of for them, but again, you want to get the most life out of it, don't you? So 60k. So what's 60k? Probably up to 10, 12 years old. But yeah, Max is 3. He's not a problem on there. And then we've had family members up to the age of 12, and the quad will easily hold their weight. But yeah.
There we go, guys. First video done. Walk around of the AC/DC. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it answers any questions you might have beforehand. Again, if you do have any, please just get in contact with us. MXconnect or Sam at MXconnect.co.uk is my email address. Contact numbers for us is 01606 668 000. Easiest way to get hold of me. Again, I apologise if I was rambling. It's just within my nature. I want to get across everything, you know, as open and as transparently as I possibly can, because I want you guys to know that they are safe, they are well made, and just everything really. That's just what I'm about. I just want everybody to get the kids into riding one and just know that they're safe. Now, I'd always advise them wearing a helmet. You know, that's the most important thing. As a bare minimum, helmet. 100% a helmet. It's got to be done. If there's any questions regarding helmets, then again, when you come into the shop, or just give us a call or drop me an email, we can always go through that. You know, at a later date, we will post videos on simple videos. How to measure a head. It's one of those things, isn't it? It's just like, is this right? Is this wrong? Little things like that. There'll be videos to follow of how-tos, do's and don'ts, and what to look out for. But guys, thank you very much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. Constructive criticism, I'm sure it's going to come, but I welcome it. Cheers, guys. Thank you very much.